Very good afternoon, one and all. Today we can discuss about negative binomial distribution, MGF of negative binomial distribution, cumulants of negative binomial distribution, probability generating function of negative binomial distribution, recurrence relation, limiting case of the negative binomial distribution. Define the negative binomial distribution. Derive the moment generating function MGF of negative binomial distribution. Find the cumulant of a distribution. So in the introduction, we have to take the quality of the mean and the variance is an important characteristics of the Poisson distribution. Whereas for the binomial distribution, the means is always greater than the variance. Occasionally, however, observed phenomena give rise to empirical discrete distributions which show a variance larger than the mean. The behavior of the frequency distribution of a plant density obtained by coordinate sampling when the clustering of plants takes place makes the simple Poisson model inapplicable. It has been shown by different investigators that in such cases the negative binomial distribution provides an excellent model because distribution has variance larger than the mean. Bacterial clustering or contagion, deaths of insects or number of insect bites leads to the negative binomial distribution, and the distribution also arises in inverse sampling from a binomial population or as a weighted average of Poisson distribution. The important probability distribution is also referred as the Pascal distribution after the French mathematician who basic Pascal 1623 to 1622, but there seems to be no historical justification. The negative binomial distribution can be derived. So the basic Pascal 1623 to 1662, but there seems to no historical justification. The negative binomial distribution can be derived from empirical consideration justification. The negative binomial distribution can be derived for empirical concern in many ways. The binomial probability situation. So binomial probability situations with the some modifications. Suppose we have suppose we have succession of n Bernoulli trials, we assume that the trials are independent. The probability of success P in a trial constant from trial to trial. So the probability trials are independent here. The probability trials are independent. The probability of success P in trial remains constant trial to trial. Let x r comma p denote the probability that here. So we can take the probability of r to success. We can take here x plus r trials. What is x plus r means? The loss must be success of the probabilities p. The remaining we can write x plus r minus 1. So trials must have r minus 1 success whose probability is given here. So we can write here this one x minus x plus r minus 1 r minus 1 p power r minus 1 q power x we can write here. By compound probability theorem, f of x r comma p is a given product of these two probabilities we are taking. The probability we are taking here x plus r minus 1 r minus 1 p power x and q power x I already told you. The p power x means r minus 1. P is equal to x plus r minus 1 r minus 1 p power r and q power x. In place of r minus 1 we are taking here only. Definition. A random sample X is said to be a negative binomial distribution. The probability mass function PMF is given by P of X is equal to P of x is equal to x, x plus r minus 1 and r minus 1 0, p power r q power x we are taking here. So that is a binomial distribution condition is p power r q power x, and 0 is otherwise condition we are taking here. So therefore x plus r minus 1 r minus 1. So x plus r minus 1 into x. So r minus 1 x r we are taking nr is equal to nr means we are taking this is NCR. This is also NC minus NR. Here we are given here NC minus NR we are taken here. So therefore x plus r plus 1, x plus r minus 1, x plus r minus 2, and x plus r minus 3, and so on r plus 1. And r plus 1, r plus 2, r minus 1, r minus 2, and r minus 3, and so on r plus 1. So that is the condition what we have taken under minus 1 whole power x into r. This is one minus r into minus r1 minus rx plus 2. What is the differentiating? We are taking it minus r minus 1 whole power x, that is minus r cx we are taking here only. So p of x is equal to minus r6 p power r minus q power x is equal to 0, 1 to 0 otherwise, which is the x plus 1th term in the expansion of p power r 1 minus q whole power minus r, a binomial expansion with a negative index, hence the distribution known as a negative binomial distribution. Also we have taken here P of x greater than 0. So it's a summation of x is equal to 0, P of x. Summation of x is equal to 0 to infinity minus RCx P over x minus q. Under the negative binomial distribution, we are taking minus here. So therefore, P power r summation of x is equal to 0 to infinity minus Rx minus q power x. P power r 1 minus q whole power minus r. P power r into P power minus r is equal to 1. So P power r into P power minus r, negative 1, positive, both the values are cancelled here. We can write one. Ishwari, you are understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Therefore, what I am telling, negative and by negative binomial distribution లో పాజిటివ్ వాల్యూస్ నెగిటివ్ వాల్యూస్ ఎట్లా చేయొచ్చు చెప్తాను, ప్రాక్టికల్ క్లాస్ లో ఇది చెప్పాను. ఓకే.
అవును సార్.
Therefore, P of x represents the probability function and discrete variable which follows the probability function called as negative. But the P is equal to 1 by Q capital, Q is equal to P by Q. But the condition is Q minus P. The condition same as rating minus R C x Q power minus R minus P by Q whole power R. This is the term of negative binomial distribution, Q minus P whole power minus x. But the negative binomial P of x is also represented P of f of x r comma p. That word negative binomial is associated with the distribution because the probability given the various p0, p1, p2, p3, p4 and so on are those of the expansion p power r 1 minus q whole power minus r, which is binomial distribution with the negative index. Hence the name negative binomial distribution. So moment generating function of negative binomial distribution. So what is a moment generating function? So we have to take the, let x be a random variable. What is MGF moment generating function? M of x is equal to e into e power I tx. So e power tx what we are taking here. E power tx, summation of x is equal to 0, e power tx. So this is e we are taking, p into x of x is equal to p of x, that is probability mass function of a negative binomial distribution. X equivalent to px, then it's probability generating from mass function pmf. We are taking x p r c x cube power minus r. ఇంతకుముందు చెప్పాను నేను ఇక్కడ చెప్పాను p power r ఇక్కడ minus rx q power minus r minus p by q by x. So the condition we are writing here. So m of x, summation of x is equal to infinity. We are writing in front of this one. In front of this one, p of x is equal to m of x e power tx. E power tx r minus rx q power minus r minus q by x. So this is a condition. This is a purely definition. X is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 minus rx q power minus r e power tx లోపల తీసుకుపోతున్న minus e power my e power minus e power tx local is called the q of q minus p power et by q by whole power minus r we are taking here. So m of x is equal to q అంటే ఇదంతా q అవుతుంది, ఇదంతా q అవుతుంది కాబట్టి మైనస్ ఇదంతా క్యాన్సిల్ అయిపోతుంది కాబట్టి q మైనస్ pet by q అంటే ఇది మొత్తం క్యాన్సిల్ అయిపోయింది. m of x is equal to q అవుతుంది కాబట్టి using the mass generating function moment generating function, we can establish the moment about the origin. Moment generating function, the differentiable with respect to t is equal to 0. Mu1 dash is equal to d by dx of m of x t, d by dt of m of x t. So m of x t, see here all of you, m of x t value here, this one m of x2 value I'm writing here, q minus p minus t whole power minus rt. That means we are taking that the minus r, we are applying the 0 here, minus r q minus, the derivating we are d by dt, we are derivating here. Okay, minus r, so minus r q minus e power minus t, so minus, this is the one, this is the minus r we are taking here, x power n means x power n minus 1, so therefore minus r n minus 1 means minus r minus 1, again the q power minus the as is we are taking, again we are taking, that is a challenge, this is a constant, I'm removing d by dt of q is 0, then d by dt of p power e minus c is p power minus t. అర్థమైందా both of you?
ఎస్ సార్. సార్ బట్ అది డివైడెడ్ బై క్యూ అని ఉంది కదా సార్, నెక్స్ట్ స్టెప్ లో తీసుకోలేదు అది.
ఎక్కడ డివైడెడ్ స్టెప్ లో? ఒక్క నిమిషం, మరి అడిగారు కదా ఇక్కడ, ఇదా?
సార్ అది డివైడెడ్ బై క్యూ అని ఉంది కదా సార్, ఈ పవర్.
నేను చెప్పు, ఇది ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఎంఎక్స్టీ కదమ్మా,
సార్
ఎంఎక్స్టీ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తున్నాము, ఇప్పుడు నేను చేస్తా చూడు, ఎల్సిఎం చేస్తా చూడు, క్యూ మైనస్ పి ఆఫ్ ఈ పవర్ టీ బై క్యూ హోల్ పవర్ మైనస్ ఆర్ రాసుకోవచ్చునా?
ఎస్ సార్.
అప్పుడు ఈ క్యూ అటు పోతే ఏమవుతుంది అప్పుడు?
ఓకే,
0 ఇద్దే కదా,
0 అవుతుంది సార్.
సో అందుకే వాడు రాశాడు క్యూ మైనస్ పి బై మైనస్ పి హోల్, దీన్ని పార్షియల్ డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేశాను, మైనస్ ఆర్ ముందుకు వస్తుంది, ఇక్కడ ఎన్ పవర్ మైనస్ 1 అంటే -1, అగైన్ మళ్ళీ ఇది రెండు టర్మ్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ఇది 0, ఇది 0, ఇది పి పవర్ మైనస్ టీ మైనస్ పవర్ టీ, మైనస్ ఆర్ ఇంటూ క్యూ పవర్ టీ అంటే 0 అన్నాడు కాబట్టి మైనస్ ఈ పవర్ 0, 0 మైనస్ పి 0 అంటే పిఈ పవర్ 0, ఈ పవర్ 0 అంటే 1 కదా,
ఎస్ సార్.
e power 0 is equal to 1 minus q minus p, equal to 1 minus p, so therefore multiply as the minus rq plus rp, అవునా? plus rp minus rq minus rp minus rq plus rp, ఇక్కడ ఏమొచ్చింది, ఇది మైనస్ పి, మల్టిప్లై చేస్తే ప్లస్ మైనస్ రూపంగా మిగిలేది మనకు ఆర్పి మిగులుతుంది. ఓకే ఈశ్వరి?
ఎస్ సార్.
mu1 dash is equal to rp, so therefore mean of the, ఇంకోరు ఉన్నారు, who is that one, another one, Sheikh. Okay, are you understanding?
Yes sir, I am listening.
Okay, mu1 dash is equal to rp, mean of the negative binomial distribution is rp, the second derivation I am doing here, mu dash square d by d square dt square equal to mxt, d by dt of d by dmxt, d by dt of mxt ఏమొచ్చింది మనకి ఇక్కడ, r into e power t ఆర్పి తీసుకుంటే మనం డైరెక్ట్ గా చేయలేము, ఆ మీదే కండిషన్ డి బై డిటి ఆఫ్ ఎంఎక్స్టీ ఏముందామండి, ఇక్కడ డి బై డిటి ఆఫ్ ఎంఎక్స్టీ ఏముంది, మైనస్ ఆర్ పి పవర్ ఈ పవర్ టీ, ఆర్ ఇంటూ పి పవర్ ఈ పవర్ టీ, క్యూ మైనస్ పి బై టీ, ఆర్ -1. సో ఫస్ట్ కండిషన్ ని మనం, అంటే డి బై డిటి అంటే ఏంటి, ఇప్పుడు ఎంఎక్స్టీ రాసుకున్నామ్మా, ఒక్క నిమిషం మీకు అర్థం కావాలంటే ఒక్క నిమిషం, ఇప్పుడు ఎంఎక్స్టీ అంటే ఇది రాసుకున్నా, అవునా ఈశ్వరి అమ్మాయి? ఇప్పుడు డి బై డిటి క్యూ మైనస్ పిఈటి మైనస్ పి పవర్ పి ఇంటూ ఈ పవర్ టీ మైనస్ హోల్ పవర్ ఆర్ రాసుకున్నా, డి బై డిటి ఉందా ఇంకొకటి, విన్నారా క్లాస్ లో? హలో, ఆర్ యూ లిజనింగ్?
ఎస్ సార్.
Yes, please respond. Then only ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఎంఎక్స్ ఆఫ్ టీని ఇక్కడ రాసుకున్నా చూడండి, ఎం ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ క్యూ పవర్ మైనస్ ఈ పవర్ మైనస్ ఇక్కడ రాసుకున్నా. దిస్ ఈస్ డి బై డిటి, అగైన్ డి బై డిటి అంటే ఆర్ ఇంటూ పీ పవర్ ఈటీ. దిస్ డి బై డిటి ఇంటూ ఎంఎక్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ టీ వాల్యూ రాసుకుని ఏం చేస్తున్నా, again I am this one r into p power et q minus p power e minus et minus r power minus 1. దీన్ని నేను డిఫరెన్షియేట్ చేస్తున్నా. The differentiate value of mu dash t is equal to rp plus r into r plus 1 p square. You have to differentiate that one. Minus r minus 1 q into e power minus t minus r minus ఇక్కడ రాసాం చూపిస్తా, ఇక్కడ రాసాం చూడండి, r into e power t ఇక్కడ రాసాం మళ్ళీ minus r minus 1 q into p power minus t minus r minus 2. Again this is 0, this is q e power minus t. Clear?
Clear, sir.
Then I am applying t is equal to 0. The value may be came in automatically t is equal to 0. Then mu 2 dash is equal to variance is equal to mu 2 dash minus mu 1 dash whole square. rp plus r into r plus 1 p square minus rp whole square. rp plus r into r plus 1 p square minus multiply చేస్తున్నాం. So see here, r square plus p square, r square, మళ్ళీ r into 1 r, r into r square plus r square p square, correct? That is p square into r. So r plus minus cancel here, then rp common is there, rp into 1 plus c we have to write here. This is r into, this is, we can call it p plus 1, p plus r, p plus in p into 1 plus p is correct. pq, the variance of the negative binomial distribution is rpq. The remark, what is the remark of the condition we have to take here? q greater than 1 and rp less than rpq is mean less than variance, which is the distinguished feature of this distribution, this one. Then cumulants of the negative binomial distribution. Let x be a random variable. The cumulant generating function of x is defined by k of x is equal to log mx t, where mxt is a moment generating function of negative binomial distribution. We know that the moment generating function of negative binomial distribution m of x is equal to q minus p power e minus t whole power r. The condition what we are taking here, k of x is equal to log q minus p e t by whole power minus r log q minus p e minus t. Minus r log, so I am taking minus r log, this is minus p, q minus p, we have minus q, minus r log we are taking minus r log q, that is q minus p e power t, that is the value is q minus p 1 by 1 plus t square by 2 factorial plus 2q by 3 factorial t power 4 by 4 factorial, we have what we are taking here. Minus r log q minus p, that one I am removing here, q minus by because minus 1 into p minus p రాసుకోవచ్చమ్మా, minus 1 into p minus p, then t into t, మళ్ళీ p ని మళ్ళీ p into t pt అవుతుంది, p into t pt 1 మాత్రమే ఒకటి బయట తీసుకొచ్చాము, ఇక్కడ 1 లేదు, p2 సేమ్ యాజ్ ఇస్ రాశాను. then minus r log 1 minus p. what is 1 minus p అంటే ఇంతకుముందే చెప్పాము, this q minus p is equal to 1. so therefore q minus 1 minus p is equal to t plus t square by 2 factorial. ఇక్కడ రాసాం q minus p is equal to 1 అని, t square by 2 factorial, tq by 3 factorial, tq by 4 factorial, we are writing here the same. So minus r, ask me. Okay. So minus r, minus p, minus r, 1 minus p, that is minus p I am taking here. So 1 should be removed here. Log I am removing here. Therefore minus r minus p, t plus t square by 2 minus p square. అంటే log remove చేసినప్పుడు first the positive, next second the negative, positive అంటే minus లో ఉంది కాబట్టి minus రాస్తాం. Then again minus p square by 2 1 t square by, then ఏం రాస్తాం, t cube by 3, then same రాస్తాం ఇక్కడ t, ఇక్కడ ఇది t plus t square by 2 factorial, t cube by 3 factorial, t power 4 by 4 factorial, we are writing here the same here. So therefore రాశారు ఇక్కడే ఉంది, ప్లస్ ఇది మైనస్ జరుగుతుంది, మైనస్ ఇది ప్లస్ అమ్మా, ఇది ప్లస్ మైనస్ ఆటోమేటిక్ గా మనకు రావడం జరుగుతుంది. సో ఆర్ ఇంటూ పి ప్లస్ 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 నెగిటివ్ తీసేసాం అన్నింటిలోకి వెళ్ళి, So mean K1 is called coefficient of T in K power 4 is called RP. Mu is called K to coefficient of T square by 2 factorial K xt. Then for R is equal to P plus pi సిద్ధాంతం ప్రకారంగా K P plus P square what we are writing R P common తీస్తాం ఇక్కడ the P common is the P into P 1 plus P or P in P plus 1 P and a Q minus P plus P and the PP get cancelled Q minus P is equal to 1 కాబట్టి Q minus P రాస్తున్నా so therefore but plus P minus P cancel అవుతుంది కావడానికి RPQ we are finding the value here only mu3 is equal to K3 the same value what we are writing here RP into 1 plus 3P plus 2P square formula multiply RP 1 plus P is a 1 plus 3P ని 1 plus P plus 2P రాసుకుంటున్నా 2P స్క్వేర్ అంటే చూడండి P plus 2P 3P 2P into P 2P స్క్వేర్ మనం యాక్చువల్గా మధ్యలో మనం కనుక్కునే వాల్యూస్ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసి RP into 1 plus P 1 plus RP into 1 plus P and 1 plus P కాబట్టి 1 plus 2P so Q plus P is equal to 1 condition Q minus P is equal to 1 so therefore RP 1 plus P 1 plus 2P so 1 plus 2P plus 1 plus 2P so therefore what we are writing RP is equal to Q of Q plus P that is the condition what we are applying the values here the output is RP is equal to Q into Q plus P K4 RP plus 1 P then 1 plus 6 plus P so that is the condition K4 plus 3Q square so what is that conditions what we are writing here the same here clear both of you
Yes, sir.
okay shake okay okay since Q is equal to 1 by P P is equal to P cube small q capital Q sorry small q only ఇక్కడ రాయాలి small q Q is equal to Q 1 by P is equal to Q by P what we are writing here we have in terms of P and Q RQ by P RQ by P square therefore mu3 is equal to the fundamentals where what we have written here mu3 is equal to RQ by 1 plus Q by P cube mu4 is equal to RQ by P square plus PQ R plus 2 by P cube beta 1 beta 2 and gamma 1 beta we are writing here the major condition you have in the examination you have to do probability generating function negative binomial distribution let x be a random variable and follow the negative binomial distribution P of x is s power x. Summation of x is equal to 0 to infinity sx P of x is equal to x. Summation of x is equal to 0 to infinity sx minus r x minus r x means rcx P power r minus qx. Summation of x is equal to 0 to infinity minus rx P power r minus qx whole power x. P power r 1 minus qx whole power minus r we are taking it. This is the moment generating probability generating function of negative binomial distribution. This is also a recurrence relation of the probabilities of negative binomial distribution fitting of negative binomial distribution. For a discrete random variable probability mass function of negative binomial distribution is x plus r plus minus 1 r minus 1 p power r q power x. So this one x plus 1 I am adding here x plus 1 and r plus 1 x plus 1 and r plus 1 adding 1 here then r minus 1 that is p power r x plus 1 I am adding here plus 1 and minus 1 cancel here so x plus r into r minus 1 p power r x plus 1 so the division we are taking p x plus 1 formula x plus r plus 1 p power r q plus 1 p of x is equal to x plus r minus 1 r minus 1 p power r q power x ఏం లేదు అక్కడ తీసుకొచ్చి కింద రాస్తున్నాను then condition here the x plus r minus 1 as తీసుకుంది x minus r plus 1 is as తీసుకుంది ఇక్కడ చూడండి p power r get cancel here ఇక్కడ చూడండి q power x into q power 1 by q power x వస్తుంది సో q power x get cancel కాబట్టి q ఒకటి మిగులుతుంది ఓకే ఈశ్వరి అండ్ షేక్ సో దేర్ ఫోర్ x plus r this is x plus r by x plus 1 why this came tell me x plus r by x plus 1 how it is came
R minus 1 cancel అవుతుంది.
ఎక్కడ r minus 1 ఈ r minus cancel అవుతా x plus r where is r ఎక్కడ క్యాన్సిల్ అవుతుంది x plus r c r minus 1 x plus r cr plus 1 x minus r cr minus 1 మనం ఏం చేయాలి వాటిని కాంబినేషన్ చేయాలి అర్థమైందా
ఓకే సార్
ఆ కాంబినేషన్ చేస్తే ఈ వాల్యూ వస్తుంది యూ హావ్ టు డూ ఇట్ రాకపోతే నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ నేను బోర్డు మీద చెప్పడానికి ట్రై చేస్తా ఓకేనా
ఓకే సార్
విచ్ ఈస్ ద రికరెన్స్ ఫార్ములా ఆఫ్ రిలేషన్ Poisson distribution as a limiting case of the negative binomial distribution. The negative binomial distribution tends here a Poisson distribution under the following condition. The probability of success event when a small p stands to 0, r is finitely large, r stands to infinity, rp is equal to lambda. The probability mass function of negative binomial distribution is given by already formula p of x is equal to xr plus x plus r minus 1 r minus 1 p power r cube power x. Limit r stands to infinity. Therefore, x plus r minus 1 r minus 1 p power r cube power x. So limit r stands to infinity. The condition is same r x plus r minus 1 into x. First condition q minus r ఇది ఏమి చేయట్లేదు నేను ఇక్కడ ఈ కండిషన్ యాజ్ ఈజ్ గా ఇన్ఫినిటీలో ఎక్స్ కండిషన్ ఒకటి రాసుకొని ఈ కండిషన్ కి 1 మైనస్ కండిషన్ కి q పవర్ r q ఇంటూ మైనస్ ది కండిషన్ ఇస్ మైనస్ p బై q ఆల్రెడీ ఇంతకుముందు థీరంలో చెప్పాను అది సో దట్ కండిషన్ వీఆర్ రైటింగ్ హియర్ limit r stands to infinity here x plus r minus 1 x plus r minus 2 x plus r minus then so on r plus 1 whole power r by x factorial 1 plus p whole power minus r by p by 1 plus p whole power x limit r stands to 1 by x factorial 1 plus x minus 1 by r 1 plus x minus 2 by r 1 plus x minus 3 by r and so on 1 plus 1 by r so 1 plus p whole power minus r p by 1 plus p whole power x 1 by x factorial limit x r stands to infinity 1 plus p whole power minus r the condition we are simplifying here. After the simplification, we are running by lambda power x by x factorial and e power minus lambda into 1. That is, we are writing here e power minus lambda into lambda power x by. This is the probability of Poisson distribution with parameter of lambda. Most important, you have to do one on the paper. Any doubts, ask me. Clear?
yes sir
Most important is show that the negative binomial distribution positively skewed distribution. Define the negative binomial distribution. What is the mean and variance of the Poisson distribution? The most important this one. Just a wait. What Sheikh? Tell me how? What do you want? Geometric distribution I am taking here. Any doubts? Don't chat. Ask me directly. No problem. Definition of geometric distribution. Moment generating function of geometric distribution. Probability of generating function of geometric distribution. Problems we have to define geometric distribution. Find the mean and the variance of geometric distribution. Derive moment generating function of geometric distribution. Probability geometric distribution we have to take here. A random variable x is said to be have a geometric distribution we are taking here. Assumes only non-negative values. Only assumes non-negative values. And its probability mass function p of x is equal to x p into q power x 0 x is equal to 0 0 1 2 3 otherwise 0 less than p less than or equal to 1 here p x is equal to x greater than 0 summation of x is equal to 0 to infinity p x is equal to x summation of x is equal to 0 to infinity p into q power x formula p into 1 plus q square plus q cube and so on this may be written as 1 minus q whole power minus 1. That is 1 minus q means p power minus 1. P into p power minus 1, it should be cancelled here. That is equal to 1 what we are taking here only. Moments geometric distribution. The moment geometric distribution can be applied as follows here. The rth moment, I had told in the class, rth moment origin is mu1 dash r is equal to e x power r. Summation of x is equal to infinity x power r. Px is equal to x, where px is equal to x is the probability mass function of geometric distribution. Mu dash r is equal to summation of x is equal to 1 to infinity x power r p into q power x. What the condition we are taking? Or if r mu dash r summation of x equal to 1 to infinity x power r p into q power x. If r is equal to 1 in equation number 1, so r is equal to 1, substituting in equation 1 here. So mu dash 1 is equal to e power x we are taking here. So that is the summation of 1 is equal to 1. R power 1 means r is equal to 1. We are substituting that 1 x into p power qx. So there is no r here. We are substituting 1 here. So p I am taking the common here. Is the p is a constant here. Summation of x is equal to 1 to infinity. So therefore the condition x into p into x power minus 1. So we are taking here the condition is p into x power minus 1. P plus q is equal to minus 1. The condition we are taking here, that is immediately we are taking q here also. So PQ, I'm taking the common here, PQ taken here. This is the PQ after the taking common. Summation of x is equal to 1 to infinity. This one, we have 1 plus 2q plus 3q is 4q plus 5q power 4, that one. Then PQ, this formula may be written as 1 minus q all power minus 2. This is PQ, this is, you will write 1 minus q is equal to P, that is P power minus 2. P plus q is equal to 1. So therefore 1 minus q is equal to P. Therefore we can write P power minus 2 1. Therefore mu1 dash is equal p by p power minus 2 కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ pq by p square ఒకటి p పోతుంది కాబట్టి p square పోతుంది కాబట్టి pq కరెక్ట్ pq by p square ఒక p ఎగిరిపోతుంది ఇక్కడ సో మిగిలిపోతుంది ఇక్కడ q by క్లియర్.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Therefore, E of x is called mu dash mean is equal to q by p. The geometric mean of the distribution q by p. Then second one, if r is equal to 2, we are substituting here. R is equal to 2, we are taking in the 1. So mu 2 dash is equal to E of x, summation of x is equal to 1 to x square is equal to p of x is equal to x. Mu 2 dash is equal to summation of x is equal to 1 to infinity x square, p of x is equal to x. So x square means what we are writing here? X into x minus 1 plus x. So in the above one we did not written here. X square means we are writing x into x minus 1 plus x. So why? Because if we cancel here again p into x. So x into x minus 1, this is p into x what we are writing. Then summation of x into x p of x. So రెండు సార్లు రాస్తున్నాం ఈ p of x ని ఇక్కడ తీసుకుంటున్నాం. ఈ x ని మళ్ళీ తీసుకుని రెండు సెపరేట్ చేసి రాస్తున్నా నేను. రెండు సెపరేట్ చేసి రాస్తున్నా x square లో. Therefore summation of x is equal to x minus x1 into p of x plus summation of x is equal to 1 to summation of x is equal to 1 to infinity x into px. Summation of x is equal to 2 infinity x into x minus 1. So p of x is equal to what we have to write here. This is p power q of x. This total one we are writing. Summation of x into p of x is equal to q by p from equation 2 what we are writing here. So after the simplification, this one 2p square. This is one after the simplification from equation to ఎక్కడ ఉందో చూద్దాం. mu1 dash is equal to ఎంత రాసినామండి ఇక్కడ?
Q by P, sir.
Very good. From equation to mu1 dash is equal to q by p. So therefore that the condition mu1 dash is equal to p by q. q by p. Okay. q by p ఇక్కడ q by p ఉంది. So therefore q by p ని మనం తీసుకుంటున్నాం ఇక్కడ x into x minus 1 p by x power minus 1. These conditions has to simplify from equation 2 2p square by summation of x equal to infinity x into x minus 1 by 2 into 1 p into q into x power minus 2 q by p. So therefore 2p square, this is a simplification of this one. This is a simplification of this one. 1 plus 3q 6 square 10 cube 10 3 plus q 2p square. ఇది minus లో ఉంది కాబట్టి 1 minus whole power 3. 2p square is equal to 1 by పవర్ లో ఉంది కాబట్టి కిందకి వస్తే మైనస్. సో 2p square by 1 by p cube అంటే సింప్లిఫై చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి 1 by p cube 1 by క్యాన్సిల్ అయిపోతాయి ఏమన్నా 2p² అట్లే ఉంది 1 మైనస్ ఇది సింప్లిఫికేషన్ చేస్తే వస్తుంది ఒకసారి చేయమ్మా ఇదే వస్తుంది 2p² into 1/pq plus q. So therefore the 2p² by p² plus q by p, that is the condition what we have taken here. So we know the variance of e of x² minus e of x², that is the variance v of x equal mu 2, that is the condition is q by p². You have to solve Ishwari and Sheikh. You solve any doubts, next class I will clarify this one. Okay?
సార్ జస్ట్ 1 మైనస్ క్యూని పీ లాగా తీసుకున్నారు కదా సార్.
అవును 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 అవును.
సో పీ క్యూబ్ అండ్ 2 పక్కన ఉన్న పీ క్యాన్సిల్ అయిపోతుంది. సో అప్పుడు p² ఒకటే ఉంటుంది కదా సార్ నెక్స్ట్ స్టెప్
అవును
లో.
అవును అవును
అంతే కదా సార్.
అంతే అంతే
ఓకే సార్.
అంతే. Moment generating function of geometric distribution. Let x be a random variable, and its moment generating function is given by mem of x is equal to e into e power tx. Summation of x is equal to infinity e tx. Px is equal to x, where p of x is equal to x is a probability mass function of geometric distribution. M of x t, summation of x is equal to 1 to infinity e power tx p into p into q power x. P is equal to summation of x is equal to infinity e power t and q whole power x. So m of x t p ని అక్కడే ఉంచితే ఇక్కడ రాస్తే 1 మైనస్ ఈ మొత్తాన్ని కనుక తీసి రాస్తే ఇంతకు ముందు రాసినట్టు 1 minus q into e power t whole power minus 1. Now difference with respect to put t is equal to 0 we are taking here. mu1 dash is equal to d by dt of m of x t is equal to 0. మళ్ళీ అదే రాశాను d by dt of p 1 minus q power et minus 1 whole power 1. p కాన్స్టాంట్ వస్తుంది అక్కడ కాన్స్టాంట్ అవుతుంది 1 minus q e power minus t whole power minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 అంటే ఇక్కడ చూడండి ఇక్కడ -1 ఇంటూ ఇది p కదా ఇక్కడ p రాసుకున్నా ఇది సేమ్ n -1 కాబట్టి -1 -2 దెన్ q ఇంటూ e పవర్ t మళ్ళీ ఇది కాన్స్టాంట్ 0 కాబట్టి d by dt of q power et q power et t తో సబ్మిట్ చేస్తే pq ఇంటూ 1 minus q whole power 2 1 minus q అంటే 1 p plus q is equal to 1 కాబట్టి p power whole power -2 గా రాసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది. So e of x is equal to mu dash is equal to q by p. The mean of the geometric distribution is q by p. E of x square is equal to mu dash t is equal to d square by dt square is equal to m of mu of x t. T is equal to 0. D by dt of m of x t is equal to 0. D by dt of mu m of x t. So the fundamentals has been written the same as usually. D by dt of mx t same formula rasan mu dash x t d by dt double derivation q into e power t minus 2 minus 3 as the conditions were what we have written here, the same here. So the condition here p into q 1 minus q minus whole square 2 q square 1 minus q whole power minus 3 p into q by square 2 q square by 3. The condition is q by p square, that is the variance of the geometric distribution is q by p square. We have to learn this formula of the variance of the geometric distribution is q by p square. Then probability, a generating function of geometric distribution. This is also most important problem theorem. For the discrete random variable x is a probability generating function may be defined as summation of x is equal to 0 to infinity s x x p x is equal to x, where p x is equal to what the probability mass function equals to g1 comma p, then its probability generating function defined by p of x is equal to summation of x is equal to 0 to infinity sx pqx into p summation of x is equal to 0 to infinity sq whole power x p అంటే ఇక్కడ దీన్ని సింప్లిఫై చేస్తే 1 plus qx q square plus s square and so on. ps is equal to the simplification is p. Already I told you this is also 1 minus qs and got qs whole power minus 2. We have to write here in the probability generated function of geometric distribution, which is the required probability generated function of geometric distribution. Now we can differentiate with respect to put s equal to 1 mu1 dash is equal to d by ds of ps d by ds of p 1 minus qs whole power inverse 1. So p 1 minus qs 1 minus qs whole power minus 2 into qs put s is equal to 1. We are writing here s is equal to 1. Therefore the s is removing here 1 minus q whole power minus 2q. Therefore write p into q with minus 2 అనేది కిందకి వస్తే 1 minus q whole square అవుతుంది ఇక్కడ. So pq by 1 minus q అంటే p square. Therefore p by q mu 2 కూడా same q by p నే వస్తుంది. mu 2 dash also derivation here d square by ds d square by ds square ps d by ds of d square by ds square second derivation and third derivation we are doing here, but the same has been done. The mu 2 is equal to q by p square. This is the condition. What is that? What we are taking here. Any doubts? Ask me. I will clarify.
No, sir, nothing.
Example problems. What we have to do here first one. Let X be the number of days until the closing price of the certain stocks shows again over the previous day's closing price. Assume that X is a geometric random variable, P is equal to 0.5, then the probability of gain price of one day to the next day. Find the mean and the standard deviation of X. Find the probability that more than 2 days pass before the price from day to the next day observed. P is equal to ఎంత ఇచ్చినాడమ్మా
0.5, sir.
ఇప్పుడు రెస్పాండ్ కావాలి నాకు P plus Q is equal to 1 అంటే 1 minus 0.5 ఎంత P plus Q is equal to 1 అవునా
అవును సార్
అంటే P లో 1.5 1.5 అటు పోతే -0.5 అవునా
yes sir
అంటే 1 minus 0.5 అంటే అప్పుడు ఏమైతుంది Q is equal to ఏమైతుంది 0.5 అవుతుందా కదా
yes sir
1 by P అంటే 1 by 0.5 అంటే ఎంత 1 by 0.5 అంటే 2 నేనా కదా ఒకసారి బుక్ ఉంటే చేయి ఈశ్వరి
సార్ 1 minute
0.5 అంటే 2 1 కాదమ్మా 0.5 అంటే ఎంత అబ్బా కింద పాయింట్ తీసేస్తే మీద సున్నా పెట్టుకోవచ్చా తల్లి ఈశ్వరి
సార్
ఇప్పుడు కింద పాయింట్ తీసేస్తే ఇక్కడ సున్నా వస్తుందా
yes sir 0 వస్తుంది
అంటే 5 2 10 రాదా
ఓకే సారీ సో మచ్
మర్చిపోతుంది తల్లి సిగ్మా స్క్వేర్ క్యూ బై పీ స్క్వేర్ 0.5 ఇంటూ 0.5 ఇంటూ 0.5 1 ఇది 0.5 ఇంటూ 0.5 0.25 మళ్ళీ రాస్తూ చూడు ఎంత చెప్పు 5 5
25
0.25 ఇక్కడ 2 పాయింట్లు రిమూవ్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది ఇక్కడ నీకు ఇక్కడ ఒక సున్నా పెరుగుతుంది అంతే అవునా ఇప్పుడు 0.5 ఈశ్వర్ ఇక్కడ
yes sir
అవునా
yes sir
ఇక్కడ 0.25 అవునా
yes sir
ఇక్కడ తీసేస్తే రెండు పాయింట్ ఇది ఒక పాయింట్ పోతుంది ఒక సున్నా వస్తుంది అవునా 25 1 25 2 రెండు సున్నాలు రావు మీద పాయింట్ ఎగిరిపోతుంది కాబట్టి ఒకటి సున్నా వస్తుంది
ఓకే సార్
చెక్ ఓకే
yes sir
okay so therefore standard deviation the variance is root 2 value we didn't know so therefore the sigma is equal to root variance is equal to root 2 we have to write here the probability that more than 2 days pass before the gain price observed is p is greater than 2 here so therefore p is greater than 2 what's the fundamental formula 1 minus p x less than 2 1 minus p x is equal to 1 x is equal to 2 x is equal to 0.5 under 1 minus 1 plus 0.5 x is equal to 1 to 0.25 minus 1 into 0.5 0.5 minus 1 is 0 అవునా
yes sir 0
అంటే ఇది 0.5 రాసిన ఇది 0.5 1 కాబట్టి 0.5 to 0.5 0.25 0.25 ప్లస్ 0.5 ఎంత 0.25 ప్లస్ 0.5 ఎంత ఎంతమ్మా 0.25 ప్లస్ 0.5 కూడండి సమజేయమ్మా
0.75 వస్తుంది సార్
0.75
75
1 minus 0.75
0.25 వస్తుంది సార్
ఇంతసేపా ఓకే క్లియరా
క్లియర్ సార్
next problem another problem example if a production has a 20% defective rate what is the average number of inspection to the first defective 20% defect అంటే 0.2% అనేది 0.2 కదా p plus q is equal to 1 p plus q is equal to 1 minus p ఇది 0.2 ఇచ్చినాడు p is equal to 0.1 minus 0.2 అంటే 0.8 variance కనుక్కోవాలి కాబట్టి q by p 0.8 మనకు వచ్చింది, 0.2 వాడు ఇచ్చిన 0.8 ఇక్కడ తీసేస్తే ఇక్కడ తీసేస్తే ఇక్కడ తీసేస్తా, 2 పాయింట్లు ఎగిరిపోతే 2 1s 2 4s. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Obtain first defective is 4. Any doubts these units, ask me. Most important is in that long type, find the moment generic function of geometric distribution, derive the probability generic function of a geometric distribution. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So 6, hypergeometric distribution. Define hypergeometric distribution, mean and variance hypergeometric distribution, approximation of binomial distribution. See here, define the hypergeometric distribution, mean and variance here. Mean and the variance, find the relation hypergeometric and binomial distribution. Condition for applications of hypergeometric distribution. The following conditions characteristics of the hypergeometric distribution. The result of each draw can be classified into one of two categories. The probability of success of change of each draw. Successive draws are dependent. The drawing is repeated fixed number of times. Definitions of hypergeometric distributions we are taking here. A discrete random variable x is said to be the following hypergeometric distribution, but if assume only non-negative values and its probability mass function is given by P of x is equal to x, that is h is equal to x n, comma m n n m capital N, m of x n minus m minus x by n n 0, x is equal to 0 1 2. Otherwise we are taking here where m comma n parameters of hypergeometric distribution. X is equal to n number of success, n is equal to number of trials. P of x is equal to said to be a probability mass function success satisfies the following condition. P of x is equal to x greater than 0. Summation of x is equal to n, p x is equal to x is equal to 1. Summation of x is equal to 0, n m of x, n minus m, n minus x, n n. So condition I am writing, this is the formula, basic fundamental formula I told in the classroom also. 1 by n of n, summation of x is equal to 0, n m of x, n minus m, n minus x. 1 by nn into nn, the formula written here, this is m of x, n minus x, m plus n minus 1, m plus n minus 1 plus m n cancel, x plus n minus x, x cancel, that is ncn. Clear?
Yes, sir.
ncn. So therefore ncn is 1. So p of x equal to px probability mass function, mean and variance of the hypergeometric distribution. E of x is equal to summation of x is equal to 0 to n, x is equal to p, x is equal to x. Summation of x is equal to 0 to n, x is equal to m of x. Already formula n minus m into n minus m plus divided by n n. మన డివిజన్ చేస్తున్నాం, మనం డివిజన్ చేస్తున్నాం. M of x n minus m n lambda m into m minus 1 whole factorial, that is lambda into x minus 1 by minus x n minus x. So m by m ని ఇక్కడ తీసుకుంటున్నాను నేను. So m by n into summation of x is equal to 1 to n, that is m ని ఇక్కడ తీసుకుంటే m minus 1 factorial, x minus factorial by m minus n factorial, n minus m into n minus x. What is the condition we are taking here? So this condition m by n, summation of x is equal to 1 to n m minus 1 x. So that's the simplification what we are done here. So m by n into, I am taking the simplification previous problem, previous theorem. You m plus 1, you m plus 1, m minus 1, n plus m, x plus 1, n minus x, mm cancel. Here we are writing this is n minus 1 and n minus 1. We can write it or not? Okay.
Yes, sir.
We can write it or not? Okay. Pending. Who is another one candidate? Del. Who is? Please reply. Hello. Who is Del? M by Okay. M by n minus 1 n. So therefore m by n factorial అంటే దీన్ని సింప్లిఫై చేస్తున్నా నేను. This is m by n factorial by n minus n factorial. This as it is I am writing here. m by simplification is n factorial. n factorial we may write n minus n 1 by n factorial రాసుకోవచ్చా అండి?
రాయొచ్చు సార్.
రాయొచ్చు. n ఇంటూ ఇది కూడా n ఫ్యాక్టోరియల్ అంటే n ఇంటూ n మైనస్ 1 n మైనస్ n ఫ్యాక్టోరియల్. సో ఎన్ని క్యాపిటలే రాయాలి, క్యాన్సిల్ చేయండి, అన్ని క్యాపిటలే రాయాలి. m by n by n minus 1. So that is the condition we are writing here, the same we are writing here. So after that one, n by m and mean is equal to small n into capital M by n. So variance of the variance for hypergeometric distribution here, mu2 is equal to e of x square minus e of x whole square. E of x square summation of x is equal to 0 to n x square, p of x is equal to x. Summation of x is equal to 0 to n x square, m of x, n minus m, n minus x, n minus n. Summation of x is equal to 0, x into x minus 1 into x. A same the condition we are writing here. You have to say here. You have to practice this one. Any doubts, I will clarify the same. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Approximation of binomial distribution. This is also may not అవసరం లేదు, అది ఒకసారి చదవండి. డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి, క్లారిఫై చేస్తా. Any doubts, ask me. Any doubts, ask me, I will clarify. Your variance of x formula n of m n minus m into n minus n by n square. ఈ ఫార్ములాస్ అయితే గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలండి. Approximation of binomial distribution stands to infinity m by n by p. Say the probability mass function of the hypergeometric distribution కూడా రాస్తాను నేను ఇక్కడ. The recurrence relation కూడా ఫార్ములా రాస్తాం. p of k plus 1 n minus k m minus k by k plus 1 n minus m n k plus 1 ఇది కూడా రాస్తాము. So in this unit we have learned what is that one. You have to in this unit obtain binomial distribution as the limiting case of hypergeometric distribution. ఎట్లా చేయాలి? Explain your use the hypergeometric model, estimate the number of wild animals in a dense forest. Third question very important. So you have to write all these questions in your main exam. Any doubts అడగండి. ఈ యొక్క 6 యూనిట్స్ కి సంబంధించిన థీరమ్స్ మీద ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉంటాయి 7th యూనిట్ నుంచి. ఓకే
ఓకే సార్.
డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. 2 minutes చూసుకొని చెప్పండి నాకు. వెయిట్, ఐ విల్ వెయిట్. మేక్ ఫాస్ట్.
సార్ అది ఎగ్జామ్స్ లో లాంగ్ ఆన్సర్స్ థియరీస్ ఉంటాయా సార్, లేకపోతే సమ్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయా?
అమ్మా ఫస్ట్ 6 units is theory. First 6 units is theory.
Yes,
7 to 12 units is just I will show the screen again. First 6 units మీరు ఎవరు రాలేదు, మరి నేనేం చేయను? మీరు రాకపోతే నేనేం చేయాలి? ఇక చూడండి. Just wait, I will share the screen. ఇగో చూస్తున్నా, the screen is visible.
Yes sir.
షేక్ ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ విన్నర్, తర్వాత రాలేదు. ఓకే. డిస్క్రీట్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ లో బెర్నౌలీ, పాయిసన్ డిస్క్రీట్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ 1. నెగటివ్ జామెట్రిక్, హైపర్ జామెట్రిక్. ఇగో చూడండి, ఇగో నేను ఇక్కడ షేర్ చేస్తున్నా చూడండి. ఇగో బెర్నౌలియన్ బైనామినల్, ఇగో బెర్నౌలియన్ బైనామినల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్, పాయిసన్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్, నెగటివ్ పాయిసన్, discrete uniform distribution, negative binomial distribution, hypergeometric distribution. అవునా?
Yes sir.
Problems of uniform distribution. Problems of uniform distribution. మిగతా miscellaneous problems. 7th to 12th units is problems, and 1 to 7th to 12th is very crucial. Most coverage of your marks were only problems. For the next another 3 classes is there, I think. The next 3 classes we can discuss the problems.
Okay sir.
Complete ga andaru randi. Next 3 class and problems and interview you get good marks. With all inform cheyandi, rammanandi.
Okay sir.
Sheikh, you are understood? Chap Ishwari.
అంటే నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ కి కోడ్ ఏమైనా చేంజ్ అవుతుందా సార్? సేమ్ కోడే
ఇదే
ఉంటుందా?
ఇదే ఇదే అయిపోయేదాకా ఇదే ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే సార్. అది 2 క్లాసెస్ అసలు ఓపెన్ అవ్వలేదు సార్. అందుకని అటెండ్ అవ్వలేదు.
అడగాలి కదా నన్ను.
సార్ అది విలేజ్ లో ఉండే సార్, నెట్వర్క్ కూడా సరిగా రాదు.
ఓకే, మిగతా వాళ్ళకి కూడా ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేయండి. డోంట్ షేర్ ద లింక్, ఇన్ఫార్మ్ దెమ్. ఎవరు వస్తుంటే వాళ్ళకి ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేయండి. ఓకే
ఓకే సార్.
షేక్, యు ఆర్ అండర్స్టూడ్ ఐ థింక్. హూ ఇస్ డెల్? రిప్లై లేదు. హూ ఇస్ వన్? Okay, so we can meet again. I will inform you in the group when the class. I think it is a Saturday is there. Next Saturday maybe class will be arranged. So if the Saturday class will be arranged, I will inform. Okay.
ఓకే సార్.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Are you understood, all of you?
ఎస్ సార్.
Okay. Thank you.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.